Hello, civil engineers. Welcome back to the lecture. So, in this lecture, we will see how to take care of the staircase part. Now, if you see here the staircase detailing is given, and this is how the staircase is all about. Okay, this is your ground floor level. Okay, that is the top of your plane. From there, your staircase will start. So, we call this as the first flight. Okay, from here one flight will go, and this is your mid landing level. Okay, you have a beam, and over that a slab is going to come. Then again, this is just flight number two. So the flight number one and flight number two together will become my first floor, right? So if you want to find the height of the mid landing, it's very simple. Whatever is your floor to floor height, let us say it was 3.3 meter. What is half of that? So half of 3.3 is 1.75. If I'm not wrong, 3.3 divided by 2. Yeah, 1.65. So this level will be, no, this mid landing level. This mid landing level will be 1.65. You're getting my point? Similarly, this is your second floor. This first floor is done. Okay, this is first floor, this is your second floor, and then it's a top floor. Okay, so this is how the staircase is given. You can see it even from here. This is your first flight which goes, it comes to the mid landing level. From here the second flight goes, here your main floor level comes. Okay, then again from the floor level it goes to the mid landing level, that is this particular level, and then again it starts, it will go here to the floor level. This goes to the floor level. So to put it in a better way, it's something like this. See, this is how it starts. Okay, this is flight number one. This portion we call it as a landing, and this is your flight number two. You can see a kind of a beam here. This is your mid landing beam. You have a landing beam here. Okay, done. This much is understood. Now we'll try to find the estimation, I mean quantity for the concrete and all. So whenever you want to do it, let me give me a minute. I'll show you one picture from here. Yeah, so this is called as waste slab. See, you can see this particular portion. This is called as waste slab. Okay, I mean you can see a slab from here to here. Okay, and then this much part, whatever you have, no, it is called as waste slab. You're getting my point? I'll show you the this thing also, how the this part will look practically on the side. One thing you have understood, something like this. Okay, only this much portion, whatever you have, no, this portion, you see the shuttering there, I mean the centering, whatever how they are put, no, this is called as waste slab. Okay, this much part is called as waste slab. Okay, done. Are you able to understand? Another one, if you want to see, you see it here. This is that part. Okay, now it's not seen because everything they have put the this thing on the riser, the thread and all, but anyhow you got an idea what exactly it is all about. Okay, this part is called as waste slab. Okay, yeah, so if you want, I can show you one image somewhere here for the waste slab. Yeah. So this will be good. See, this is that waste slab. Okay, this portion what they have put now, this is a waste slab. Now you're getting my point. This is called as waste slab. So I've written here, first is waste slab. Now come to the landing part. So what is this landing part? Again, very simple. So this is called as landing part. For example, uh, yeah. So this much portion you have, no, you're going to come. You're going to take your first flight, then you come and land here. This is called as landing level. In the same way, if I want to show that here, your landing level, yeah, this can be a landing level. No, here it's not visible. I'll show you one more image where I can show you the landing. Yeah, yeah. This is that landing part. Okay, you took your flight. This much area, you don't have any this thing steps. So you're going to land here. It's called as landing area. Okay, this much is understood. Similarly, in the drawing also, I can show you the landing part. See, you came here, took your first flight. This is your landing level. Okay, this is your landing slab. This much is your landing slab. Similarly, in the cross section, I mean in the plan, I can show you. This is your first flight, and this much area, whatever you have, no, this much area. Okay, this much area, whatever you have, it's a landing area. Okay, after that again another flight will come. So this is the next flight. So in the Excel sheet, after that, next is we have steps. So steps we already know. Like if I want to show here steps, so all these are your steps now. So this is your steps. So once you're done with this was your waste slab, this was your waste slab, and after the waste slab you have these steps. Okay, we call this part as riser. The vertical is called as riser, and the horizontal is called as thread. Okay, so this will become a kind of a triangle. We'll try to find the area of all these things. Now you're able to understand. This is called as riser. Okay, and this is called as thread. So you're getting my point. In this way, all things we have written. First we have written the waist slab, then the landing level, then the this thing, what is that, steps, and the last there is one more portion which is called as landing beam. So what is this landing beam? We'll try to see from here itself. So here it's not visible because they haven't given a landing beam here, but I'll show you in the this part, or maybe here I can show you. Here also, yeah, here also it's not possible because this is your landing area. Okay, this is your landing slab. I'll show you one more image where we can see the landing. Yeah, here it might be visible. Yeah, here actually there is landing beam in this part, but it's not visible. Then I'll show you from drawing itself. Okay, yeah. So landing beam is this one. You can see this particular beam here. Of course, there's a window that will be put later, but this part, this much part is called as landing beam. Okay, in the same way, you can see it in the cross section also. See, this is your this thing. What is that? Landing slab, and this portion you can see. This is your mid landing beam. It's called as landing beam. This much you understood? Okay. So if you want, I can show you one this thing also, image also somewhere here, where we can see the landing slab. Sorry, the landing beam. Let me try. If not, not an issue. Okay. Usually the landing this thing beam will be beneath your landing landing portion. So here I think I cannot show you. It's not visible anywhere. Okay, it's not visible. Okay, no problem. We have understood the concept. No, that is enough for us. Okay, chalo. Once that is done, we'll start with the uh, quantity estimation now. First, we'll try to find the waist slab. Waist slab, how it was? This was your waist slab. So this was your waist slab. How do you find the this thing? This was your waist slab. Okay, this was your waist slab. So this waist slab will be something like this. So what I need this length, this inclined length I need, and this breadth I require. If I multiply the inclined length with the breadth, and if I get the thickness, I'm going to get the concrete quantity that goes into this waist slab. See, this will be the thickness of that. Whatever, this will be the thickness. This length I require. Okay, this length I require. This thickness I require, and also I require this one. This width I require. Okay, if I get this much, I'll get the concrete area of this waist slab. So it's very simple for us to understand. So before that, you need to go to the drawing because this inclined length what you have, no, it's not directly given. So this is your inclined length. See, this is a ground level, ground floor level. Your plinth beam will come. Over the plinth beam, you'll put the dowel bar, and from there the staircase will be taken. To put it in a better way, you see it here. See, you can see a kind of a beam here. This is a beam actually. It's a plinth beam. From the plinth beam, this dowels will be put up, and then you're going to put this inclined centering. Okay, this part. I want to find this particular length now. From here to here, this length I want to find. How will you find? It's very simple. Go to your structural drawing, and in the structural drawing, you have to measure this length. See, this length from here. I'll do it once again. This length from here. Okay, from here you go to this option called as aligned. Okay, and see here this length I want from here, this from here to this part, up to here, not here. Okay, up to here only your steps are going. So up to this portion I want the inclined length, and let me check what is the length I'm getting. See, I'm getting 3081. So it is 3.01 meter, the inclined length. This is one way of finding. If you don't want to find in this way, sometimes you don't get AutoCAD drawing. Then how do you find the inclined length? In that case, what these people will do, these people will give you the height of this. These people will give you this height. That is from here, from this level to this level, this height will be given. So I'll write the height here. So height I'll write up to here. Okay. Yeah. So what is the height? It is 1485. So the height is 1485. Okay. And now I'll take the length, this length from here to here. That means this particular thing. From here, okay. From here to where? Wherever my this step is ending, no? This portion I'll take this length. So how much is this length? So it to be 2700. I'll do it correctly now. See, it has to start from here. Keep your mouse exactly here. and from here you take it to this portion. Yeah, so it is 2700. Now this 2700 is what, according to the technical, it's called as going. What do you mean by going? See, I already told you this is part is called as riser, isn't it? I already told you this is called as riser and this is called as thread. Right now, I'm trying to find this particular length. Right now, I'm trying to find this particular length. This inclined length I am finding. This inclined length I am finding. Okay. To get this inclined length, what I can do, I'll find this height from this portion. Yeah, from this portion. No, yeah, from this portion. From this portion, I'll find this particular height. Okay. This particular height I'll find. Okay, this height I'll get, and then I'll find this particular length from here to here. I'll find this particular length. This particular length I'll find. Okay, and this particular length I'll find. And if I put the hypotenuse formula here, that is, if I do this square, horizontal square plus vertical square, and under root of that, I'm going to get this inclined length. You're able to understand the same thing I'm trying to do now. Okay, I'll go back to this part now. Okay, this much is understood. So we'll come back here. So now you see this 2700, you can even do the manual calculation. How is that? This 2700 is nothing but, see, this is your thread, isn't it? This part is called as thread. So what is the width of the thread? The width of the thread is mentioned here. See here. You can do it even from there. This is your thread. Okay. So your one thread, the place where you keep your foot, that is 300 mm. So one thread. So if I count the number of thread and if I multiply that with 300, I'm going to get 2700 only. Let me try to do that. Now you tell me how many threads are there. Okay. So quickly we'll do that manual calculation. See, this is one thread. Agree with me. This is my second thread. This is my third thread. This is my fourth thread. This is my fifth. This is my sixth. This is my seventh. This is my eighth. And I have to go up to this. This is ninth, right? So there are 9 threads. And we know that one thread is 300 mm. So 9 into 300 comes out to be 2700. And in the AutoCAD also, we got the 2700. Sometimes if you don't get this length, for example, in your PDF drawing, let us say no one has mentioned this particular length. We don't have issue with that. And now everybody will mention the thread. So thread, number of thread into the width of one thread will give you this particular thing. And technically this is called as going, because you're going in that region. No, see, when you start to take a stair, you'll reach to this level. So this much portion, whatever we have, it is called as going now. Okay. Now you try to do this manual calculation. I'll get the same answer. That is square root of, I'll do it manually. Okay. Square root is under root of 1.485, this thing, 1.485 meter square plus under root of 2.7 whole square, 2.7 square. Okay. I'm getting 3.081 in my calculator. So you should get the same answer here. So in AutoCAD, you'll directly get this inclined length. This much is clear. So this itself is your waist slab length. So what I'll do, I'll input the same thing in my Excel sheet. So already I've done that. It is 3.081. Okay. Now come to this part, waist slab. I've written number of members 2. Why I've written 2? It's very simple. See, if I go back to this part, I'm counting for one complete floor. Okay. So in one complete floor, how many waist slab will come? One is this flight. In flight number one waist slab will come. This is your flight number 2. Another waist slab will come. So in the entire floor, you're getting 2 waist slab. So in the Excel sheet, I've done an input of 2. This much is understood. Now come to the width of your waist slab. So width of the waist slab, you don't get from the section part. Here, you don't get the width of your waist slab, but you have to go to the plan. So in the plan, see this itself, do you agree with me? Whatever length you have here, this portion, whatever you have, this itself is your waist slab. Agree with me? Of course, it is an incline. Now we're seeing from the top. Fine. This length we have found from here to here. The length has been found. I want the width of this. So what is the width of this? It's already mentioned here. See, it is 1200. Else I can take a dimension option. Let me find the width of my waist slab. So from where I should take? I should take from this outer to this outer. See how much it is? 1200. So the width of your waist slab is 1200. I'll go here. I'll input 1200. Already I've done it. 1.200. Finish. I got the length. I got the width. And what is the thickness of your waist slab? For that, again, it will be mentioned in the drawing. Here, these people have not mentioned. If they haven't mentioned, I'll take the dimension. So how I'm going to do? I'll take this dimension option. See, this is your waist slab, okay? This is a waist slab thickness. This much portion, whatever you have, no, that is a thickness. So I'll keep my dimension portion here, and from here I'll do the measurement. Sorry, from here I'll do the measurement. This portion, okay? This portion and this portion. Wait, yeah, this portion. See how much I'm getting? I'm getting 150. So your waist slab thickness is 150 mm. Okay. Practically what it is, practically this thickness I got now. This thickness. This was your initial level, first level, and this is that waist slab. Okay. Yeah. This thickness, whatever I got now, it is 150. This is 150. So I input the same thing in the Excel sheet. So already I have done that. It is 0.15. Finish. I have a length, I have a width, I have a thickness. Can I not find the concrete quantity? It's a rectangular in shape. So it will be 3.081 multiplied by 1.2 multiplied by 0.1, 0.15. I'm going to get 0.555. So this is for one waist slab. The total quantity will be how much for the complete floor? So we have two waist slab. So 0.555 into 2 will give me 1.109. Simple. Done. Waist slab is done. Now we'll go to the landing part. Now you know what is landing. So for the landing, I'll go to the structural drawing again. Come here. So in the structural drawing, this is my landing portion. Okay. That you'll get in the plan only. So this is my landing portion. This is my landing portion. This much area. Okay. Agree with me? This is my landing portion. Done. Now how? This is rectangular in shape. So how do you find the area? You require the width. You require the length. You require the thickness of that. Pretty simple. So already in the this thing AutoCAD, you see this length is known to me from this column inner to this column inner. The length is 3400. Okay. And what is the width of this from here to here? It is how much? 1200. Already I've written it here. 1200. If you want, let me try to take the dimension from this here. Okay. From here to here. Wait. Yeah. See how much it is? 1000. Yeah, it is 1200. So length 3.4 meter, width is 1.2. What is the thickness of your landing slab? For that, you come here again. Usually your waist slab thickness and the landing slab thickness will remain the same. Whatever is your waist slab thickness, which was 150 mm, no, your width of your landing slab also will be 150. But still, let me take the dimension. See, this is your landing slab. This is your landing slab. Okay, this much portion. So this thickness already I've taken from here to here. You see here, it's taken. It is showing 150 mm. If you don't want to see from there, come here in the section part. Also, you can check this thing from here to here. I already taken. See here, it is 150 mm. Okay, done. I got everything. It was 3.4 meter. Just remember the value. 3.4 meter is your length, and your width is 1.2 meter. So I've done the same thing. See, landing 3.4 meter is a length, width is 1.2 meter, and thickness, that is a depth, okay, or thickness 0.15. Now, how many numbers? So in entire one floor, you will get only one landing slab. Pretty simple. So if you come here, see here, only one landing slab. If I take this entire floor, in this entire floor, from here to here, only this is your landing slab. This is not your landing slab, okay? This is your floor level. First floor slab will come here. So only this is your landing slab. If you don't understand from there, come here. See, first flight, this is your landing, and this is your second flight. So in the complete one floor, what you'll get? You'll get only one landing. So that is why I've done an input of 1 here. Okay, done. Now you want to find the concrete quantity. How you'll do? 3.4 into 1.2 into 0.15 will give me 0.612, and total quantity will be 0.612 multiplied by 1 will give me 0.612. Done. Finish. Now come to the steps part. Steps. So the steps, whatever you have, no, first you want to find the steps part. So for the steps, I'll go to this thing. Yeah, this is my step. Okay. So for the step, how it looks, you tell me. Only for one step we'll do. This is a rise. This is riser. This is riser. Okay. This is thread. And I want to find this one. It is triangular in shape. Why it is triangular in shape? If you remember, already the waist slab we had taken. This was your waist slab. Okay. This concrete quantity is already done, no? The waste slab concrete quantity already I have done now in front of you. So that means this is already done. That means only this triangular portion is left out. Agree with me? Only this triangular portion is left out, right? This area I need to find. This triangular portion area I need to find. How you are going to find? It's very simple. See, this riser you will be knowing. In our drawing, it is 165 mm and this thread is 300 mm. So can you find the area of it? It's triangular in shape. Half into your this thing, height into this one. You'll get the area. Okay. And for the area, if I multiply by the length of this is a length. From here to here is a length. Okay, I'll go with black only. This is the length of your step. Agree with me? So if I multiply this by the length, am I not going to get the complete concrete quantity for the one step? One step I done. I'll multiply this by the number of steps. I'm going to get the concrete quantity in all the steps. Pretty simple. We'll do the same thing. Okay. Go to the Excel sheet. Here, steps I've written 18 number. First, we'll count how many numbers are there. Okay. Go back here. So in this particular drawing, try to count how many steps are there. So now we'll start from here. How many steps are there? See, 1. Okay. Either you can, count the thread or even the riser can be counted. Okay. This is 1. Okay. This is 2nd. This is 3rd. This is 4th step. 5th. 6th. 7th. 8th. And 9th one. Okay. 9th one. Only 9 is there. Now you don't tell sir, you should take this also. This will come in landing. This will come in the landing portion. This much, wait. This much portion is already counted in the landing. Your landing will be up to here. You getting my point? Now you count again. See, or you can even count the thread also. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 thread or riser also you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Getting my point? So 9 steps are there. That is in one flight. In both the flight, it is same thing here. Here also it is same. Here also 9 and here also 9. If you want, you can count it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay, this will come in landing now. Okay, 9 are there. So 9 plus 9 is how much? 18. So I'll write 18 here. Fine. Now come to the length part. What was the length we had? So this length, again, you have to go to the structural drawing. Okay, the step length. So this much only will see, this is your step only. Whatever is the width of your waste slab, that itself will be a length. Very simple. If you want to understand, see. What this was the width of your waste slab, and this itself is a length, and this length is 1.2 meter. So I'll input 1.2 meter here. Okay, done. Now come to the width part. So this is a width and this is a depth I'll take. So what is a width? Width in the sense it is a thread. So thread where it is mentioned, go back here. See, come here. In this portion you can measure, do the measurement. Already done the measurement. See, this is my thread. Okay, the thread is how much? 300 mm. And what is a riser? This is riser. It is 165. Remember, so this is your width and this is your depth. So it is 300 and 165. I'll input the same thing here. Come here in the steps portion, width 300, that is thread 0.3, and your riser is 0.65. Done. Now we will find the quantity. So when you find the quantity, one thing you remember, you have to take the area of the triangular portion. I haven't taken directly. I've done the length, I've done the width, I've done the depth. So when you come to the quantity, you apply the formula half into 300 into 165. So I've written half means 0.65. Okay, 0.65 into F12. F12 means what? This is F and 12 is this portion. That is 0.3. Okay, and then multiply this by 0.165. G12 is, this is G12 is 0.165. Close the bracket. So area I want the volume. So if I multiply the area with the length of my steps, I'm going to get the total quantity in that one single step. So what I've done, I multiplied this by 1.2. So you can see everything. I've done it and I'll say enter button. So it is how much? 0.03. It is 0.03 cubic meter of a concrete is required in one step. How many steps are there? 18 are there. The total quantity will be 0.03 into 18 will give me 0.535. Done. Simple. The concrete quantity for the entire staircase is done. For one floor, it is done. Now come to the landing beam. See, the landing beam, actually, what I had done, initially when I was teaching you to take the floor part, the beam concrete quantity and all, actually I've taken that already, that calculation is done. Okay. For example, here the remark was written, isn't it? In the remark, you can see one particular beam, they have written it as mid landing beam, MLB. Yeah, you can see here FB33, floor beam 33. So ML beam is mid landing beam. So already there I've done the calculation of this beam. Actually, there we shouldn't have done that. This should have been added in the staircase part only. So what you do, it's very simple. You go to your own estimation sheet. I'll not do that. You do that. And just delete this FB33 from there. Okay. This FB33 you delete from there, and rest all things, your answer will remain the same. Okay. So okay, you just delete this FB33 from that portion, and rest everything will remain same. In the same way, go to the floor roof beam 26. Again, MLB is written here. Go to the roof beam 26. Even from there also you delete that entire portion, so that you'll get the proper concrete quantity in your floor beam. Okay, so that you can do. Otherwise, if you don't want to do, you can keep as it is, not an issue. Okay, but since staircase part will do in staircase only, so that is why I'm telling. So what I'll do now, I'll teach you the landing part. Okay. So it's written landing beam. How many landing beam will come in one floor? Only one landing beam will come. What is the length of your landing beam? For that, you have to go to the this part. Go to the cross section part. I mean, yeah, the section part. So this is where your landing beam comes. This is your landing beam. Here itself your land. Wait. This itself is your landing beam. Okay. Fine. So I want the length. So this length is how much from column inner to column? It is 3.4 meter. Done. What is the breadth of your beam? What is the depth of your beam? You won't get it here. They already mentioned it here. Come here. In the cross section part, you check here. The written mid landing beam. Mid landing beam. And the size is already mentioned. It is 200 is a width. 350 is a depth. Length we got 3.4 meter. We have all the three quantities. You multiply, you get the concrete quantity in the beam. Okay. Come here. So I've written only one mid landing beam. Length was 3.4 meter. Breadth was 0.2 meter. Depth was 0.35. Total quantity will be 3.4 into 0.2 into 0.35 will give me 0.238, and total quantity will be quantity into number of landing beam is 1. So fine. So if I try to add auto sum, 1.109 plus 0.612 plus 0.535 plus 0.238 will give me 2.494 cubic meter of a concrete is required. So this is for a one single floor. One single floor I have done. Okay. Now you try to count how many such floors are there. So here, this is my first floor. 1 is done. This is my second floor. 2 is done. And this is my third floor. 3 floors are there. Okay. There are 3 floors altogether. So what you can do? There are 3 floors altogether. So what you do? Pretty simple. You multiply this by 3. Very simple, no? First floor. See, ground floor to first floor to roof floor, and roof to above roof floor. Up to there also your staircase will go, no? Yeah, see, ground floor you're standing, ground floor to first floor. Okay, first floor to first floor to roof floor. 2 is done, and from your roof to the terrace also your staircase will go. Yeah, so total 3 you have to take. Okay, so come here. This quantity I'll multiply by 3. See, 2.494. I'll multiply it by 3. I'll get the total concrete for all the 3 floors, which is 7.48 cubic meter. So this is how the entire staircase is done. If there were 4 floors in your building, take it 4. If there were 5, multiply it by 5. You'll get the total concrete quantity for all the 3 floors. You're getting my point? Done. So this is how you're supposed to find the concrete quantity for the staircase. Okay. Yeah. I think everything I've done. Fine. So in the next lecture, I'll teach you how the shuttering work has to be done. The waste slab centering, the sides, the steps and all. So we'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.